and welcome to Beyond the Veil with Daniel Jackson. I'm your host, Daniel Jackson. Isn't that awesome? Today's topic, we're going to be talking about death is not the end and what happens when we die. Well, it's pretty simple, people. You just have to know that it is simple. And the world out there doesn't want you to know that it is this simple because they want to add tragedy to it. They want to add some type of cause to it. They want to add some type of blame to it. Why do they do this? Because they want to have control over your life. They want to tell you how to live your life the way they want you to live it. It's pretty simple. God wanted it to be simple. We just added all these other problems. We, people, have added all these problems. But there is no problem. There is absolutely only one reason that your body dies. It's because the soul is being called home. Very simple. It does not matter if you pass from old age or a debilitating disease, you get into a car wreck, or you fall off the top of a building. That is all a facilitation in order for the body to die. Because in order for the soul to move on, the body must die. Very simple. That answers a lot of questions, especially when I'm like doing readings for people. That's it. They ask a lot of questions. Well, my dad died of cancer, or he got into a car wreck. No. The body has to die. One way or another, it has to die in order for that soul to move on. And that is the facilitation. Even suicide, the body, has to die. The soul takes over and makes the body do something in order to facilitate death of the body. Very simple. Very easy. The soul is what runs the body. Like a battery in a radio. You take the battery out of the radio doesn't work. You put the battery in, the radio works. Pretty simple. Don't bother me with that whole, well, this radio has a plug and I can plug it in. If you unplug it, it doesn't work. Pretty simple, okay? What will happen is you will fall asleep. Everyone does. It happens to everyone. You just kind of nod out and you go. After that, you will stand up out of your body. You'll take a step to the left. And you'll think to yourself, well, looking down, I guess I don't need that anymore. I'm done with it. And you are done with it. Because you were here to learn those lessons. Physical lessons. And when you are done with that body, well, you don't need to do those physical lessons anymore. You're not here to fulfill the purpose anymore because you're out. You're going to move on. You will move to the side. And you will see a light. Your own personal light. Now, there is a light into heaven that shines all the time. And that one just shows the other spirit who are around who haven't crossed over where to go. Pretty simple. But you will have your own personal light. And now comes the big part of it. Now you're going to make that choice. That choice using your free will to either go into the light or not. And what I mean by not is, if you don't go into the light, you'll remain here as an earthbound spirit. But if you choose to go into the light, The one thing you must know is not everyone goes directly to heaven. No one does, for two simple reasons. Again, simplicity. One, 130,000 people die every day, and you have to wait your turn. And two, they, meaning spirit, they will go over your life with you. They will talk about everything you did in your life. You made decisions. And within those decisions, it affected one person, two people, three people as you thought. But not so. It usually affects many, many more after that. And you as a soul, you want to be able to do good things. You want to do good things. And when they tell you, well, Johnny, you made this decision here, and you thought it helped one or two people, but, it messed up things for 3 or 4 or 5 other people. And you as a soul go, oh, man, that sucks. But, okay, here's another decision you made, and you actually helped some people. That's a good thing. Because that's what it's all about. It's about learning your lessons and fulfilling your purpose. And your purpose, like everyone else's purpose, is the same. It's not this big grandioso thing that a lot of people want it to be so they can look more special than someone else. When they do that, that's their ego. It has nothing to do with ego. It has not really a lot to do with, your job or per se taking care of your kids. What it does have to do with is you are here to help other people just for the sake of helping. Because that's what your life is about. Your life is not about all just you. Your life is not about you just going out and having one big party and doing everything and anything to better just you. Your life is you being able to help other people just for the sake of helping. And that's what we are all here for. Now, learning lessons, very simple. You pick something up, you put it down. Lesson learned. You pick it up, you drop it. Lesson learned, because next time you do it, you're going to try to do it without dropping it. So another lesson learned. Everything you do is a lesson. But the most important thing is fulfilling that purpose. You have to decide whether you're going to help people or not. And people will come into your life and say, hey, hey, Johnny, I need some help. Can you help me out with this? Well, you, that soul, that person now, have to decide, is this good for me? Should I help this person? Because that's what all of our decisions are about. Two things. Is this good for me, or is this not good for me? And you have the free will to make these choices. So say you learned all your lessons and you have fulfilled your purpose, because the spirit there will tell you whether or not you have fulfilled it. If you haven't fulfilled it, you just have to come back again. And as a soul, you're going, well, this is going to be cool, man, because I get to go back down there. I get to do some cool stuff. I get to do all these physical things. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get to drive cars again. I'm not saying you're going to get on your computers again. I'm not saying you're going to be able to have telephones. But you will do physical things. It's just, it may be different at that time, because right now you happen to be alive in a body, in a time, in a place where these things are happening right now. But we've all been here many times before. Many other lifetimes, many other bodies. And in those bodies, you just did different things. You may have been here in the 1800s, back when, it was cowboys and Indians. Or the 1700s when, we were trying to get away from England and you were in a war or what have you. Maybe you were a court jester back in the 1400s. Maybe. But in the times we are in now, we get to do these things. And it's pretty cool. The problem is, we take, advantage of this stuff. We take stuff for granted. We don't realize how much we actually have and how much we actually could have. But, we get stuck in this vanity world, this ego-driven world. And that all plays a part in where you're going next. Because the point of everything is to stay on the correct path and not the alternative path. If you're on the alternative path because you're making all these choices for just you and not helping anyone else, I can guarantee you, you will come back again. Absolutely guarantee it. But if you stay on that correct path and you get into that holding place where they're talking to you about your life, there's a good possibility that you may not have to come back again. But if you make it through that, then it's the ultimate goal. You get to stay. You get to stay in heaven. Heaven, whatever you want to call it. This different realm, it's much, much better. I've seen it. I've seen what it looks like. They've shown it to me. I asked them to show me what heaven looks like. I saw people, some of them I would call earthlings, some of them human, some of them other beings, walk up to each other. They smile at each other. They look at each other. They are talking, but it is a mental telepathy thing because I hear it. They are glad to see each other. They are forgiving of everything and anything. They look at each other and smile and bow to each other. There are so many other things to do there. And there are some actual physical things to do, but it's just different because, again, you don't have a body. You are pure energy at that point. You will remain you. You will retain who you are now. Because I see spirit 24/7, except when I'm sleeping. And I can see the soul that is within you. If I have someone who I'm doing a reading for and they're sitting in front of me, I can turn them around, I look into them, close my eyes, and I can see the soul that's within them. And the soul that is within you now, within every one of us, does not look like you now. It looks like you the last time you were here. Some of those souls, you may have been here 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, and within you, it's a woman, but you are now a man. And why? Because you are here to learn lessons as a man this time. You may have been a woman 10 times, and you come back this time and you're a man. And you sometimes feel, well, I don't feel like I'm in the right body. Well, sure, why not? Because the last 10 times you were here, you were a woman. Now you're a man learning those lessons. Is it okay to love another man because you are a man and have those feelings that what other people would say is normal? Absolutely. Because in heaven, it's supposed to be that way here. You're allowed to love anyone you want to. Plain and simple. Very simple. Because, again, God wanted it to be that way. Now, if you choose to not go into the light because of some reason that someone told you you're not good enough or you were not worthy of going into the light, or you're going to go to some place like hell or purgatory, some place that just doesn't exist, You may choose to not go into the light. And if you do, very quickly, just like that, your light will go out. Your personal light will go out. And you will remain here as an earthbound spirit. I see that place all the time. When I'm just about to do meditation, or when during meditation they show it to me, or when I'm getting ready for bed and I dark my room out so I can sleep soundly with no light in there, it's solid dark, and then it just comes in. Because I see energy all the time. When I look at a wall, like this wall behind me, it's gray, but it's also blue. I see energy all the time. I see it so much, I don't even see the stars at night anymore. I haven't seen the stars in probably 2.5 years. When I look up into the sky, it's a bluish black color. I do see the moon, but all I see is bluish black color. And that bluish is energy. And when I concentrate on it, I see the earthbound side. I do see landscape, but like ground. I don't see any trees. I don't see any buildings. What I do see is thousands and thousands and thousands of people just walking around. They are interacting with each other. They walk up to each other, are looking at each other. I know they're talking to each other because I hear the things going on back and forth between them. But is there anything else to really do? No, not really. Now, like in heaven and now in earthbound, you're allowed to do some of the same things. You can love whoever you want to. And I see them all the time. It's kind of strange to see, but you just see them walk up, they look at each other, hey, and they start talking to each other, and next thing you know, they're making out. Again, because you're allowed to love whoever you want to. So it's not as bad as people want it to believe or have been told, that it's some horrible place that you're going to burn and you're going to be tortured by this being that has horns and a tail and all this, devil, demon stuff. Because Lucifer is not the devil. He's not Satan. He's just an angel with a bad rap. And religion caused that. Because in order to have control over you and punish you, they have to put you someplace. They can't put you any place. There's no man on the face of this earth that can banish you to some place that just doesn't exist. Because it doesn't. But they're just walking around, looking at each other. The one thing I do know about them is they can cross over at any time they want to. But again, most of them just don't know it. And a lot of them don't want to, because when they step out of their body, you will get all the memories back from every other time you've been here. And it'll flash right back into you. And I mean every single memory you've ever had. You know how it is this day and age. I'm 54 years old, and I tell people all the time, I don't tell any lies to anyone, because the more you lie, the more you have to remember. My memory sucks because I'm 54. It was over there because I didn't realize that I put it over there, because I can't remember stuff. But when you wake up and you step out of your body, you will remember everything. And the one thing you'll realize is you've been here a bunch of times. You've been here a bunch of times and had different names. You came from different parts of the world. Like I say, with that 23andMe and all that stuff, looking up your lineage of where you come from. None of that matters, people. You've come from all over the world in different places. You may be Chinese or African or English or Irish this time around, but maybe not last time around, or the time before that, or the time before that. That part doesn't matter. None of that stuff doesn't matter. What matters is what you do now, because if that life was so important, you would have fulfilled your purpose and you wouldn't have had to come back. But you're here now. Everyone around you outside in the world, they've all been to heaven. They've all had to come back because they didn't fulfill their purpose. Now on that earthbound side, you're going to think to yourself, man, I've had all these other lives and I don't know if I want to come back again. Because you might have to if you don't fulfill your purpose. And that's going to be one of those reasons that may go through your head. That's when you see your personal light, you may not cross. You may not go in because you don't want to have to come back. You don't want to have to come back to this world. You don't want to have to be around the people you've always been around, these negative people. And that's another thing in the earthbound. There are negative people here in our daily lives, and you can walk away from them. You don't have to speak to them. I don't care if that's your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your friend, your so-called best friend. You don't have to be around them. You don't have to speak to them if you don't want to. But in the earthbound side, there are more of them there. I see them all the time. They are the color red. They don't like me because they know I'm there to cross spirit over. They don't like that. They know that I'm going to take souls away from there and cross them over into the light where there's tons of energy. Because in the earthbound side, energy runs through it like rivers. You see these bands of energy going through. And these spirit who are there, they have to collect some of it every now and then in order to keep on going in that realm. When you cross over into the light, it's pure energy there. You're just feeling great. These other souls that are there on the earthbound side, I watch them. They tilt their head back. Looks like they're going into a dream state and they're just collecting energy. And then it comes in, they come up out of it. But they're okay with that because, again, maybe they don't want to cross over and have to come back again. But, it's all about, the choice. The choice you're going to make, This is all coming to what I have discussed before about making that big choice, making the right choice for you. And the right choice for you is not always the right choice for someone else. Life is all about making choices. And the choices you're going to make are, is this good for me? Or is this not good for me? It really comes down to that. Two choices. But the world doesn't want you to think that way. Why don't they want you to think that way? Again, because they want to have control over you. Don't let them have control over you so much that when it's your time to go and leave here, that the world makes that choice for you as well, because they tell you you're not good enough, or they tell you you're not worthy, or you're a piece of crap, You were never a good person. What do they know about you? They don't really know who you are inside. Because that's one thing you can count on. You never know what anyone else is thinking. They might have a smile on their face. And while they're smiling, they may be thinking about, all the different ways that they can come up to you and punch you in the face. But they have a smile on their face because you just don't know what they're thinking. I know that for a fact. I used to work in prison. I saw a guy there who was getting ready to leave. And I was sitting there with him and talking to him, and he's like, man, I can't wait to get out of here. I'm just getting ready to go. And I said, so what are you going to do when you get out? You're going to go out and get something to eat? Oh, yeah, I think I'm going to get a burger. Or I'm going to go to Arby's and get something to eat. And I said, awesome. That's going to be great. Please take care of yourself. As I tell people all the time, be good and don't do any stupid shit. Oh, no, man, I'm good. Awesome. Have a great day. See you later. He got up. CO came to come and get him. They walked out. Next thing you know, CO was tackling this guy on the ground. Because he turned around and said to the CO, I think I'm going to kill myself. And I'm going to kill you too. Well, you can't do that. When I was talking to that guy, none of that was going through our conversation. None of that. So like I said, you never know what people are thinking. You are making the choices. You choose to be who you are. And not only who you are, but who you are to others. It's your choice. It always has been. Make the right choice for you. When it is time for you to go, and you stand up out of your body, and you see that light, make the right choice for you. Very simple. Always is. You got to stay positive as much as you can. Stay on that correct path. Don't let others sway you towards that alternative path, because I absolutely guarantee you, you will have to come back. Because if you are on that alternative path, you won't fulfill your purpose. If you're here now, it's because the last time you were here, you didn't fulfill your purpose. And like I said, you're excited to come back. And they try to tell you things, but you come back into a baby body. And you are pure of heart, but then the world teaches you about the world. And some of us make out okay, but if you look around the world, most of us don't. And then they have to learn it all over again. Everything. Make the right choice for you, people. Stay positive as much as you can. And mostly, fulfill that purpose. Just go out and help people just for the sake of helping them because we can, because we should, because we are able to. It's very simple. Well, that is the end of today's program. I hope you have enjoyed today's program. If you can, please visit us on our Beyond the Veil with Daniel Jackson website. It's at www.beyond-the-veil.com. Please subscribe and make a comment on there and tell us how we're doing. Tell us how you like the show. Tell us if you don't like the show. Also, give us some ideas for other shows or other content that you would like to be seen or heard. Also, subscribe to our Facebook page, Beyond the Veil with Daniel Jackson. LinkedIn, Beyond the Veil with Daniel Jackson. You get the picture. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. When you go on YouTube, like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And also, again, make comments. We're also going to be doing a live stream And in the live stream, you'll be able to make phone calls and be a part of the show, as long as you don't mind being part of the show. But that's what we want. We want some participation. Everything we're doing is Beyond the Veil with Daniel Jackson. Makes pretty much good sense. I hope to see you all real soon, and have a great day. See ya.